We're here. Our good old boys. Our good, our good old boys, man. The Carolina Panthers. Overseas in Germany, get another win. The first time we've seen back-to-back wins since 2022. How are we feeling, bro? I know Panther Nation's going crazy on the socials right now.
Oh yeah, that absolutely is, man, and especially with the news of what's going on up there and our good friends in the Windy City and Chicago. Um, but let's get back focused here. Man, Bryce Young, man. I, what got me was when he did that run and he did his first down celebration. You know what I'm saying? Kind of remind you of somebody, but you know, kind of a few inches shorter. You know what I'm saying? Future talk. But Bryce, I love the confidence that Bryce is displaying now. Uh, Play calling still a little iffy at times, but there should be no reason why Chuba, if I was OC, man, I would have dialed up. Shit, he would have like 35 rushing attempts. I would have gave him the Spur and Marcus Lattimore special. I'm trying to tell you. Um, defense look kind of impressive.
There's a guy, right? There's a guy that came back this week that many told me was a waste. We wasted money. He's not any good. This guy is from a particular place, a place that we all know as the University of South Carolina, a place where we all go to learn sandstorm. DJ Wana, my brother, we appreciate you so much for your contributions to this victory. Him and Jadeveon Clowney both had impact plays in that game that helped us win it. He helped. He absolutely helped. The trenches. Absolutely.
The trenches.
Man, he absolutely played a huge role and I mean, a guy that was fighting off a really serious injury, for him to come back and contribute the way that he did, it was great to see. What I will say though, because I do gotta keep everything level as we go into a bye week. There are still things that could be better. And that's all, and that's why I want everybody to recognize like this. Everything hasn't all of a sudden solved itself. I believe the benching helped Bryce, and I believe it saved Bryce from himself, and it helped at least it allowed everybody to see like, hey, what else is out there isn't really. You should focus on what you got at home. You probably shouldn't be looking out on the outside because I don't think anything else that's out there is gonna help you current day. I appreciate that Bryce has come back and played with a level of confidence that we didn't see in those first couple weeks, and it's growing. It's growing each and every Sunday, each and every snap. The main thing here is I think the reason why I think Dave Canales has not fully committed to Bryce as a starter is because I do think Bryce is still leaving food on the table. And at least from what the coaches are seeing, I believe if Bryce was playing up to the standard they thought is what they needed to see, I don't think there would be any more questions about whether Bryce Young would continue to be the starting quarterback. I believe right now they're in a place where they just want to get the best guy on the field in order to see who can help us win football games. They're not in a position. It hasn't been played like it's we're all in on developing Bryce. I think that stopped pretty quick. And I still don't believe we're back on that train. We're back on that train either. I believe Bryce has won 2 games consecutively, so you can't. You're not able to go back to Andy Dalton for any reason. And truthfully, honestly, I don't want to see Andy Dalton play another snap here in Carolina. I'd much rather have it get figured out with Bryce Young. He still got ways to go. I think that's a good. Yeah, and for me, that's not a bad thing. I'm glad this isn't the best of Bryce I think we've seen, and we still were able to get a win. And he played. He took care of the football. He did the little things well enough to keep us out of harm's way, and we had opportunities to win late. Your defense stepped up and made some plays. Everybody gets paid. Everybody's paid to do a job, and I'm glad those guys took care of theirs this weekend. Bryce is. I was worried about the rookies and how they would develop, but they all seem to be developing alongside with Bryce, which is why I don't care to see Andy Dalton play again. As long as those young guys, Xavier Sanders, Jalen Coker, and Xavier Legette are producing, there is no need for me to break up a young core. And I think that if with the guys that have elevated now that are starting to show promise, we are in a much different headspace as fans in terms of being able to believe in this franchise and at least be able to enjoy watching this team again, which I think has been just as important as anything else so far. But Dan Morgan deserves a lot of credit for what he's been able to do in terms of the draft and free agency. This past.
Yeah, man. You made a valid point, man. I just want to piggyback off what you're saying. Bryce Young leaving food on the table because, like, a lot of people, I think David Tepper, what attracted David Tepper to Bryce Young was he gives that point guard mentality, like in the NBA. And it's like right now, Derek, what we're getting out of Bryce Young is Derek Fisher. We're getting Derek Fisher right now, but we know what Bryce's potential is Allen Iverson, something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to see out of Bryce. And you're right. That was the concern with Andy because me being a homer, I'm like, bro. The first 2 weeks, I'm like, bro, you're not throwing the Excel. And a lot of that had to do with, Dave Canales play calling as well. It's like, bro, why are we doing 50-50 balls to Deontay Johnson when you got a guy you traded up for that is specialty is 50-50 balls? Like, come on, design some plays for Excel. But yeah. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Man. But I like it. I like what we're doing. I like where we're heading. Don't want to see Andy Dalton no more. Let's just continue with Bryce Young. And I feel like Bryce is pleading his case to play for next year as well, man. After a while, you know, I wasn't. I'm still hype on Cam Ward. I think that's the only quarterback and should do a little bit. I think that's the only two QBs that's worth a damn. I mean, I don't think it's worth for us to jeopardize, what I'm saying, what we got going on right now. It's like what D said a couple weeks back, building blocks. Building blocks. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take building blocks for the Panthers. So I think we got a great young core that got a lot of potential, bro. And then Jonathan Brooks is still not back. We just extended Chuba. We got Jalen Coker XL. Two guys, man. I didn't Jalen Coker, bro, he is surprised the hell out of me again.
I just think he's a bit better than just a solid receiver that people have kind of put him into that hole as. I'm like, I think there's real potential there for him to be it could possibly be your number two. You know what I'm saying? At the rate he's playing right now, I believe XL still has the big time number one potential. But having a rookie duo of those two, bro, there's no there. The sky's the limit for what you want. And again, it gives fans a reason to believe.
And then Sanders can be a great tight end one. He's blossoming a lot. I think him and Trimble should keep going. Ian Thomas still doing cardio. Man, yeah, that's enough on the offense. Defense, man, bro, I've been pounding the table, and I'm gonna pound the table for it. Get first round, either get our guy from Michigan, or get our guy Kyle Kennard, or get our guy Nicky Memorial. Those three I want on defense. Stamp it. Stamp it. Bookmark.
Getting Mason Graham for me, bro, I think it makes his defense better much quicker. I think if you add another interior guy alongside Derrick Brown, it immediately makes his defense better. An edge guy, if I thought there was a dominant edge to take with that first pick, then yes, I do. I don't believe there's a dominant edge that just feels like a no-brainer. Abdul Carter has been the guy, if there was going to be any, that I'm taking at the edge, at least if I'm in the top 10 or if I'm in the top 5. Obviously, our guy Kyle Kennard is a guy that I think you look for in the second round if he's there. But there is no telling what happens in the pre-draft process where he may creep up into late first. So there's a whole lot of moving pieces with that as well. BPA, best player available, build this defense up in the entirety of the offseason. Yeah. Free agency, draft capital, all has to be relegated to fixing this defense because I do believe if this defense gets to a average level, back to where it was, say, like even last season, then I believe you have enough young talent. Yeah, you got enough young talent to be able to lean on it and see if those guys can grow. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best course of action for Carolina moving forward, bro. Hopefully, Bryce continues to keep adding good week on good week. Bye week is here. Don't embarrass me off of this bye week. Now I said it about South Carolina. I'll say it to y'all boys too here on Mid Street. Do not get embarrassed me after a bye week.
You got a undefeated but yet struggling Chiefs team. Compete.